want the scoop on gear. Yeah. Future tech is here. Come on, get it. We'll make the specs so clear. Ooh la la. With music to your ears. Hey, hey.
Welcome to Geezers of Gear, FutureTech. I'm Chris, and this one is catnip for people who love a smart visual build. We're talking JID's God Does Like Paradise tour, and honestly the big headline for me is the partnership. You can feel when a show is not one department dragging everybody else behind it. Right? This felt like David Salazar, Michael Kelly, live events, and the Raw Serial team all pulling in the same direction.
Yeah, totally. And that's the part I appreciate most because sometimes you can see a show and go, okay, cool graphics, cool lighting, whatever. But this sounds more like an actual world got built, not just assets dumped on screens, a world.
Exactly, and in live events that's the difference. A pile of good ideas is not a show. A shared visual language is a show. From what we've got here, the engine for that was a notch-powered visual system paired with custom 2D and 3D content, which is a very strong combo when the creative team wants flexibility and depth without losing the plot.
Right. And I like that you said without losing the plot because this one seems very plot-driven visually. The tone starts with Atlanta, but not literal postcard. Hey, look a skyline, Atlanta. It's reimagined through this apocalyptic art-forward lens, which is such a cool framing device for an artist like JID.
Yeah, it's not realism for realism's sake. It's a version of place filtered through emotion and tension. That matters. I spent years looking at concert visuals that were technically solid, but kind of emotionally empty. Here, the custom content sounds like it was there to support storytelling first. The notch side gives you that live, dimensional feeling, and then the 2D and 3D material lets the visual identity breathe in different ways, depending on the song, the moment, the mood.
And Raw Serial's such a good fit for that kind of thing because when a team can live in the space between design and atmosphere, you get something richer. Not just big LED wow, but something with texture. That's probably the best word here, texture.
Texture's the word. David Salazar, Michael Kelly. Raw Serial. This feels like a standout production partnership because nobody's trying to win the show by themselves. They're building an environment for JID. And that apocalyptic Atlanta idea, art forward instead of literal, gives the whole thing a spine. You know where you are emotionally, even if the visuals are abstracting the city instead of documenting it.
Which honestly is usually way more interesting. Give me a strong interpretation over a literal backdrop any day, especially when the artist's whole presence can carry that kind of world building.
Yep, it's ambitious, but it sounds disciplined. That's why it works for me.
And then the stage design itself really locks that in because the show lived inside a bunker. Not in a cheesy, like, end of days movie set way. More tonal walls, subtle detail, and this palette that seems driven by the album. That's a very different thing.
Very different. Subtle details doing a lot of work there. In production design, when people hear bunker, they might picture heavy-handed texture, obvious ruin, all that. But a tonal approach tells me the team trusted restraint. Let the surfaces hold mood. Let the palette carry psychology. That's smarter than over-decorating the idea.
And it gives the content somewhere to land. That's what I kept thinking. If your scenic world is too loud on its own, then the media fights it. But if the walls are controlled and intentional, then every color shift, every graphic move, every little cue can hit harder.
Yep, and the really sharp move here was bringing the LED closer to the downstage edge. That changes the room. Full stop. If the screen sits back, the audience reads it like a picture plane, like a window. Useful, sure. But when you move it forward, suddenly it's not something you're looking at from afar. It becomes an active threshold, a portal.
That's such a great distinction. Window versus portal. A window says, there's something over there. A portal says, you're in this now. And for a show that starts with this outside world collapse vibe, that physical shift makes the audience feel pulled inward instead of just observing disaster from a safe distance.
Exactly, that's the storytelling evolution I love in this design. It doesn't stay on external collapse. It moves towards psychological depth as the show unfolds. So the imagery and the staging aren't just saying, the world's broken. They're saying, Let's go deeper into the interior experience of that. That's a more mature visual arc.
And honestly, it feels respectful to the music when a design does that. It's not trapped in one headline idea all night. It starts with a place, a condition, a mood, and then it keeps opening up. Or maybe descending. One of those.
Yeah, maybe both. But that's why this partnership stands out. Scenic, content, system design. It all seems aligned around visual storytelling instead of spectacle for spectacle's sake. Still ambitious, still polished, still plenty of scale, but with intention.
That's the sweet spot. Big ideas, controlled execution, and a world that actually supports the artist. Hard to beat that.
Absolutely, that's our quick hit on JID's God Does Like Paradise tour. Lacey Goodhang as always.
Always a pleasure, Chris. See you next one.
See ya.
Want the scoop on gear? Yeah. Future tech is here. Come on, get in. We'll make the specs so clear. Ooh la la. With music to your ears. Hey, hey, yeah. Let's go. New gear vibes. New tech jive. Gearheads unite. We keep it loud.